Say, get out of my lounge, gotta build myself some sets. Say, get out of my lounge, don't need no undue stress. Time to turn on lights and welcome in my friends. We're gonna build Lego sets. We're gonna build Lego sets. We're gonna build fun hole sets. We're gonna build mega block sets. Whatever the brand, I'm gonna build it with my friends. We're gonna shake, rattle, and roll. I can go listen to that all day. What's up, peeps? It's me, your boy MC. Welcome back. Lego therapy. Peeps, what are we doing today? It is a beautiful Wednesday. It was actually below 80 this morning, if you can believe that, here in sunny Florida. And you know, so why that song? I got up this morning, decided I wanted to do my build, and I said, I need a song. I need a good song to sing. I'm feeling a song. Let me go back and look at 1954. Pick a good song. There was a lot of songs that I do not remember from 1954 because I wasn't alive. But I know a lot of old songs. And this one popped up, and like many of you, you probably thought this was an Elvis song, but you would be wrong. This came out, I should have the sidetrack crown on already. Here we go. This song came out in 1954. Now, I did not do a ton of research, but the little bit of research I did, I believe the original artist was a Joe Turner. It was re-recorded numerous times, Elvis in 1956. MC, why do we care about songs from 1954? Because it all leads into today's build. I'll be honest, I wasn't planning on doing this build anytime soon, but after doing the reveal, and so many of you guys asked for it, you said you want to see it, you want to hear my thoughts, here it is. It is the brand new Mattel Brick Shop Hot Wheels Mercedes-Benz, what is it called? The 300SL. It is 1,600 pieces. I'm excited. It is the first of their series off the line. It is their only premium. I think that was the tier or something. It had 3 different tiers with these Hot Wheels sets, and this was the top one. It was the only one they put out in this tier. So I want to pick it up. I pre-ordered it months and months ago and forgot about it, and it came in, and I showed you guys that it came in, and you guys were all like, I want to see it. So I got to give the people what they want. Here we go, peeps. I am excited. I saw Kirk Kim Bricks build this. I believe they were the very first ones to build and review this. I can't find anybody else that did it sooner. They did it pretty quick. So I have a big shoes to fill in terms of coming up with content as exciting as this. But yeah, here we go. Let's bust it out. Let's see. I'm not sure how this comes. I know it's a bunch of bags. Let's just do the. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's everywhere. MC, you're a dope. All right. There is the manual. Ooh, yeah, that's a big, chunky manual. So I will say right off the bat, so you guys know I like digital instructions. This is a nice, big, thick paper book, but I wanted to find out if digital instructions did in fact exist for this new brand, and as it turns out, yes, they do. But it is not quite as easy as just going to the site and there's the instructions. So what I did, because it took me a little bit to find, I did a quick screen record yesterday when I went to find these instructions. I will splice that into the video right here. All right, so when I first Googled Mattel Brick Shop. This is the page that came up, was this Mattel Creations page. And as you can see, this is the set that I have. But you look all around this page, nothing. I couldn't find anything on digital instructions. So then I just looked up the Mattel page, brings you here. I looked all around here, couldn't find any instructions here either. Top to bottom, come over here, they got Mattel Shop, Mattel Creations, American Girl. So I just went to the Mattel Shop. That brought me, okay, well that's not the page they brought me to. Let's see, I wanted you guys to see the real thing. Mattel Shop, it brings you here. I looked all around here for instructions. I'm just going quickly, but I just want you guys to get the idea, right? And then I went over here, shop. I did shop all. Brought all these sets up. That was building sets, by the way. That was the building area. And then, so then boom, here's the set I want. Got product details, tells you all about the car. But again, you scroll all around. Couldn't find anything. I finally Googled it and it brought up a link, but I wanted to be able to show you guys how to get there. It is on this page. You just had to dig down here under helpful links, Mattel Brick Shop instructions. Oh, I don't know why they buried it like that, but then here it is. Here's the set I'm building, and lo and behold, there are the instructions for this set. So, in case you're wondering, that's all you need to do. Go to the Mattel Shop, find that section, Shop, Building Sets, Shop All, find the set you're looking for, scroll all the way to the bottom, helpful links, Mattel Brick Shop instructions, then you can download them. Now you guys can see how to get the instructions digitally if you want. It is not very difficult, but it was just not as easy as going and downloading the instructions. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to quickly sort all these bags out. We will hop back into this glorious build. All right, boom. We are all sorted out. 28 bags in all. Here's the one thing I like right off the bat. Every bag is the bag. It's not 4 bag 1s, 2 bag 2s, 3. I know my numbers aren't matching with my words. English is hard. I like that each bag is just the bag that it is. That's awesome. I'm not gonna have to sit here and sort so many different bags. We got our thing full of tires and wheels here. They look super fantastic. They came in this nice little case. Got the 4 tires plus a spare tire, different variations of rims. We'll find out about that as we go on, plus our actual Hot Wheels car and display case here and our bag 1. Everything is looking fantastic. But before we go any further, peeps, we have skipped an important factor today, and that is the dad joke of the day. Why did I do that so dramatically? I don't know. Why do you guys never see elephants hiding in the woods? Because they're so good at hiding, of course. Wah wah. All right, peeps, I already previewed the directions a little bit earlier. That's how I figured out what year this car was. 1954 is when it first came out. There's some nice history of that, a little bit of the history of Mattel working to design this car. Then we jump into the instructions, and right off the bat, I like the way the instructions look. They put little yellow boxes around the areas that you're working on. Got some arrows and such going on, so let's hop into it, peeps. The very first thing is actually putting the car. So I didn't even realize, I knew it came with the actual Hot Wheels car, but until I saw Kirk and Bricks build it, I did not know there was this little display case, and I think that's super cool because right off the bat, you know, you're already treating this like a collector's item. Now, I was never a huge Hot Wheels guy, Matchbox cars. I wasn't really into them. I won't say I wasn't. As a kid, I definitely had a bunch of them floating around, but I was never like a collector. I didn't care which car it was. A car was a car was a car, in my opinion, back then. But I do appreciate how awesome they are and how long they've been around. So, how does this go in here? Just sit on here? Oh, okay. So you just adjust the little things, a couple little clips on here. Oh, got to bring the other camera back up. There's a couple little clips on there that you just stick in the wheel wells, and then you can slide them back and forth to center it on the base. And bam, you got your beautiful little, oh, it's got printing. Says the Mercedes-Benz, got the Hot Wheels and the Mercedes symbol. Everything looks really cool right off the bat. All right, so let's see. First section is going to be bag 1 and 2. We will go ahead and bust open bag 1 and 2. So I guess sort of they're tricking me because there's only one bag 1 and one bag 2, but I got to open them both to start things off. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, and they got their own version of a brick separator. That's cool. All right, let's hop into it. I'll probably 28 bags. Now, I know one of the factors with this build is they do have it so you can customize it for different builds. So I will see how that goes as we go along. I think it's not until the later stages that you really get into the customization. I'm trying to, you guys know how I am. I like to be surprised. So even though I have watched Kirk and Brick's review of it and I kind of know what's going to happen, I'm trying as much as possible. No offense, y'all. Trying as much as possible to brain dump it all so that I can just focus on experiencing it for myself and give you my honest feedback on this set. So this may be a couple build sessions. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how difficult it is right off the bat. I can see there's a bunch of technique in it. You guys know I like technique. So let's jump into it. One other thing I will note right away. None of these bags seem super massive. Like, everything seems a relatively decent amount of pieces. Nothing is like, holy cow, this is going to take forever. All the bags are relatively, like, look at this is bag 15. That's it. So we'll see. We'll see how this flows. So something I noticed last night when I was reviewing the directions, because I wanted to see how different they were. You know, I did a Mega Bloks build one time. The Red Rocket gas station there. These are a little bit different and they're a little closer to Lego, but they have some unique features that I like. So they've got the nice, you know, spin it around arrow there, which is very bright red. It lets you like really see, hey, you need to turn this around. But also, so I built, this was the first section I built, right? And then they went on to have me build this. And then they don't actually tell you like, hey, set this aside, but now we're on step 12. They're showing you that was section number 7. That was step number 7. Now you're going to bring step number 7 into the section that you just built, which was step number 11, and connect them up. I think that's a really cool way to like really cage your brain and say, hey, look, you built this already. Now you built that. Now let's bring these two sections together. Very different. Lego does this, but not quite so obvious. Like this is a very, this is set is considered 17 plus. So again, I like the way they're doing things a little bit different than Lego, and really capturing your eyes. You're like locked in. Okay, this is what we're doing. Oh, sorry. Let's move on. Alright, peeps, we are through bag 6. I'm gonna take a quick break. I need some lunch, but I wanted to give you guys a good look. We got our rear end here. Got our front end. This isn't locked in place yet, so I'm assuming that's why it's not super smooth, but when you just press down on this little lever here, it moves perfectly fine. So at some point this is going to be the steering wheel, obviously. Again, when I do it right here with this little rod, which I can't get a great grip on, it's not the smoothest, but this is also not locked into place yet. So I'm assuming, you're crossed, at some point when this gets covered up and these get locked down in place, because when I just hold it in place and move back and forth, you get this front axle moving perfect. So it's looking really cool. I'm liking the techniques that Mattel has used. They've got some very proprietary, well, I won't say proprietary parts, but they're very similar to Lego pieces, but in Mattel's own way. So that's pretty neat. They've got these bright orange pieces are just temporary pieces. They've got steps in there say here, place these temporary. So it appears that the idea behind it is to keep this whole thing level as you're building. We don't have tires and things on this yet. So at some point these will get removed. I don't know if they'll be used in the build or if they're just going to be extra parts left over. But for now, they are just temporary parts to keep this all level, which is cool. I assume Lego doesn't really do that because their idea is, hey, if you're building a set this is difficult, that is this difficult. English is hard, peeps. You probably should have the skill to do it. But I don't know. I like this. It's a good idea. Everything is coming together very nicely. All the pieces are locking in very tight, which I like. That's good. Kind of difficult with some of these smaller pieces. The one stud pieces can be difficult to get on there because of how tight it is, but I'd rather them be too tight than not tight enough. So far, great build. I'm going to take a timeout and I'll BRB. Ooh, peeps, it's an exciting moment. A package in the mail. Is it Lego? Let's find out. That's a weird looking Lego box. What could possibly be in here? Is this the Eiffel Tower? Ooh. Not big enough to be the Eiffel Tower. Well, did me good for a short time. Sometimes we're not here for a long time. We're just here for a good time. Oh, here's my dreams notes. I was hiding them from myself. We got a new table mat, peeps. I was actually trying to delay this recording until this came in the mail, but it was taking too long. Now we have, oh yeah, a full table mat. Look at that. Covers my whole spread. Yeah, that is gorgeous. No more ugly plywood showing. All right, yeah, I mean a little bit on the edges, but I cut this piece of plywood, so it's probably not exact. Bam, I love it. It looks great. Now we can continue with our build. Right, peeps, we are halfway through the build at this point. That was bag 14 of 28. The rear end of this looks phenomenal. I love this trunk. Oh no, I busted that piece off. All right. Just as I was getting ready to brag about how everything was coming together so nicely, busted that section off in my hand, and then it kind of went to heck. But overall, it's looking really good. I love all the printed pieces, all the Mercedes symbol. You get your 300SL, you get your little trunk here, the keyhole. You got printing on the sides. Our shifter is working. I mean, our shifter. Our steering is working up here. The front end is starting to come together. We got our shifter right here. It's nice and got a little printed knob on it. You got a little, I don't know if you can see it, but let's see if I move the shifter out of the way. You can maybe see the little printed radio in there. All your pedals, everything looks really, really well done. I don't want to give too much of a review yet. We've still got half the build to go, but I'm having a good time. It is different techniques for sure. Different ways they're achieving these really great looks. I love all of these tiled pieces, although I will say I think they might be a little bit softer material. I'm not sure the word. I don't know if the softer is right, but it's almost like the tiled pieces scratch a little easier than what I'm used to. But overall, this whole thing is coming together very nicely so far. Again, I don't want to say too much. Still got a ways to go, but I love all the colors. Love this little luggage. I think this is luggage. The little rubber bands going over the top like they're supposed to be bungee cords holding it down. Really, really fun. I'm excited. I'm really, really enjoying this build. I can't wait to see the rest of it. I can't wait to get into some of the metal parts that I know are coming. I'm gonna try my best not to bust things off again. This section was so nicely built out too, and I love the way it opens up. And it closes like an old school trunk. Old school trunk don't stay open. You gotta hold that bad boy open, and it slams down. But man, overall, it's been great so far. So I'm gonna call that a build session. Come back on the next one. It'll probably be based on how this one went. One more build session, and then I'll do like a mini review. You guys know me. I can't ever get to the point quickly, but I'll do my best to keep it short and sweet when I do the review. We still got the doors to go, the whole front end to go. I mean, there's some work to be done still, but man, this little Hot Wheels looks great, and I'm stoked, guys. This is so much fun. Different parts, man. There's different parts that aren't normal to Lego. So it's cool to see different things they came up with, how they utilized the same parts that Lego has, but also came up with some of their own to really come up with different angles and different techniques to build out this set. So loving it, and can't wait to come back and finish this up. Guys, if you enjoyed this, please do all the things. I'll see you guys on the next one. I don't even remember how we started this episode. I've been so in it. I've sucked in. Like, it's been really enjoyable. So, you guys remember my song? I don't. I have to go back and rewatch. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, holla!